Hey, welcome along everyone. I'm in vacation on sunny Spain with a lovely full body stretch, suitable for everyone. Take your feet wide, palms together overhead. Bend the knees out towards the toes. So our breathing for stretch today is in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe deep down into the belly. So this is going to be a lovely full body stretch, suitable for all levels of flexibility. Let's take it into a side lunge, so bending into one knee, straightening the other leg, keeping the chest up, stretching through the inner thighs and the outer hips. Keep that breathing nice and deep, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Holding on one side and the other side. Come back to the center, palms together overhead, bending the knees, breathing in and breathing out. They can go a little bit deeper in the legs this time if you want to. Dropping down into the hips, warming up through the hips and the legs. Keep your body nice and upright, keep the chest up into that side lunge. Again, you can go a little bit lower this time. Well done, feel that lovely stretch through the inner thighs. Holding on one side and the other side. Coming back to the center, take the left arm over the head for a lovely side stretch. Other side. You're lengthening through the side of the body. Bring the hands up and then open out to the side into a lovely chest stretch. Palms, fingertips together. Exhale, open, squeeze the back. Inhale to fingertips. Exhale, stretch the chest. Release. Step your feet to hip distance and come and stand at the bottom of your mat if you're using a mat. Feet hip distance, roll the shoulders back. Hands to thighs, slowly take a lean forwards till you feel a deep stretch through the back of both legs, through the hamstrings. So I want you to come down to that point where you can feel the stretch, but you can still comfortably breathe. And keep the hands on the thighs, or if you have a little bit more flexibility, fingertips come down to the floor. Pull the belly button in, lengthen through the spine, and then take some deep breaths. Spread the toes out nice and wide onto the mat or the floor. Feel that lovely stretch through the back of the legs and also the lower back as well. Bend the knees, slowly roll to the top, shoulders back and down. Taking that left arm up and over for a side stretch. Other side, lift up and off the ribs, keep your hips level. Releasing, take the feet a little wider, it's about an inch wider on each side. Slowly come back down into that hamstring and lower back stretch. So again, just come into that point where you can feel the deep stretch, but you can breathe. And then focus on breathing deep down into your belly. So stretching the hamstrings really helps release tension in the lower back as well as through the legs. You can always hold for a little longer if you're feeling extra tightness in the hamstrings or the back. You can always pause the video for a few more seconds and then restart when you're ready. Bend the knees again, slowly roll back to the top, taking that side stretch over at the top, lengthen through the side. Inhale, other side. Back to the center. Feet back to hip distance, arms overhead. Bend the knees and bring the hands to the floor or the mat. Walking slowly out onto hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Take your right foot back into a calf stretch. Tucking the toes under. You can stay still or you can move forwards and back. So we're trying to find the areas of tightness in the calf. So you could move the heels side to side as well. Do whatever feels good for your body today. Keep the belly button pulled in, lift the foot in line with the hip and take the leg out to the side so the heel is in line with your knee. And then again, you can stay still or you can take some movement forwards and back, feeling this stretch mostly through the inner thigh, maybe through the outer hip a little bit as well. Try and stay nice and strong through the arms here. Movements coming from the hips. Breathing nice and deep. Slowly take the leg back to the center. Change legs, calf stretch first. Lengthen through that leg as much as you can, push into the heel. Focus on your breathing. And again, choose to move or stay still. Really listen to your body to see what it needs today. So this stretch routine you can do every day, morning or evening, even twice a day if you want to. Do it first thing in the morning, or whenever feels good. Let's lift the leg, take it out to the side. Keep your hips nice and level here. And then again, choose to move or stay still. Focusing attention to the inner thighs and any tightness around the inner thighs. If your knees are uncomfortable, you can always kneel on a mat folded up or some cushions. Check in on your breathing nice and deep into the belly. Helps us to stretch and release tension from the body. Release, bring the leg back so the knees are under the hips. Take the knees a little bit wider and then sit back into a child's pose back stretch. Reaching the arms out as far as you can in front to feel that stretch through the back of the shoulders and the upper back. Walk the hands to the right side, stretching through the left side. Keep the tailbone close to your heels and then slowly walk your hands to the left side, feeling the stretch through the right side of the body, breathing into the hips. Walking back to the center, come up and then take a seat with both legs out in front of you, feet together, legs straight, body up tall. Take your right leg over your left. So you're resting on the side of your foot. If your hips are tight, you're going to keep that bottom leg straight. If you've got a little bit more mobility, you can bring the other foot in as well. Starting with a straight back and then walking the hands forwards if you have a bit more flexibility in your back. If you are coming forwards, just make sure you're hinging from the hips. You're not rounding through the shoulders or the upper back. And we want the knees to be comfortable when we're stretching the hips. So adjust the feet if you need to, so that you can comfortably breathe and relax. If we're restricting our breathing, we are going to be restricting our stretching as well. Relax your upper body. Slowly come back up to the top. Nice straight back. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then release and change sides. Again, resting on the side of the foot so we're stretching through the hips. Keep that bottom leg straight if you want to. So your beginner option is keeping that bottom leg straight, keeping the body upright, and then bringing the foot in as you progress. If your hips are particularly tight, again, you can choose to hold this stretch for longer. You could hold for a few minutes on each side, even holding for a little bit longer on the side that's tighter. Slowly coming back up, release the legs, straightening them out in front of you, feet and knees together. You're going to stretch the lower back and the hamstrings. So bend the knees, take your forearms underneath your thighs and then give your legs a hug. Bring your chest so it's touching your thighs and tuck your chin in. Bend your knees a lot to start with. You want to stretch through that lower back area, so we need a bend in the knees here. More bend in the knees if you have a tighter lower back today. Deep breaths. And as you feel it release, if you've got a little bit more flexibility, you can straighten the legs out a little bit more. You can move around side to side as that helps you stretch. Again, do whatever feels good for your body today. Breathe deep into the lower back. Slowly release and come up, and we'll slowly make our way down onto our back. Bring one foot up, take some little ankle circles in one direction. Changing direction, mobilizing our ankles, changing legs. So just moving through the ankle joint here, to relax through the toes and the leg. Change direction. Relax your upper body, lengthen through the neck. And we're going to cross that foot over so it's resting just above the knee, and we'll flex the foot to stretch the hip. Now you can keep the foot down, or you can lift and reach through for a deeper glute stretch. It's important here that we relax the upper body down, so just relax the head and the neck down. You can always rest your head on a pillow if it's more comfortable for your neck. And then again, you can stay still, you can move around a little bit. Breathing into hips and glutes. So this is great for reducing tension through the glutes, the lower back and the hips. Let's change legs. So flex that foot to protect the knee. And again, staying still or moving around. Again, if you have a little bit more tightness on one side than the other, you can hold that tighter side for a little bit longer. The key with stretching is to really listen to your body, find the areas of tightness, and then work on those areas of tightness to help release tension from your muscles all the way through the body, which will help your body relax, reduce stress and tension, and it will help it function better as well overall. To release the legs, bring one foot up into hamstring stretch. So you can hold on behind your calf or your thigh, or take hold of your toes. You could keep your head down on the mat or lift it up. You could use a strap or a belt if you've got tight hamstrings. And the other knee can stay bent, or you can straighten it out. You just got to find the option that's right for you and your body today. Make sure the leg is straight and then focus on your breathing. Key is to get into that relaxed position so you can really lengthen. Let's change legs. Again, ensuring your leg is straight here. You can point the toes to help lengthen the leg. You can straighten that other leg out. We want to keep the lower back down on the mat though. So if you're lengthening the leg and your lower back lifts, just keep a little bend in the knee. Well done. Nice deep breaths into the belly. Let's release. Feet together into butterfly stretch. So just allow the knees to drop out to the side. If your hips are feeling a little tight today, take your feet further away from your body. Again, we want to just feel the stretch through the hips and the inner thighs, not around the knee joints. Again, you can take that little movement side to side. Stay relaxed through your upper body. And then you can stay here for as long as you like. If your hips are a tight area, you could stay here for a few minutes. Focus on breathing full capacity of the lungs. If you are coming up, bend the knees, slowly roll up to seated position. And we're all done. Beautiful stretching today, everybody. Thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.